habari kuna kijana yenu hapa Gen Z ametekwa nyara na kuuawa, si ndio? Huyu Kasongo ako na shida na vijana. I don't know ni nini inamsumbua. Anapambana na watoto.
Na Kenya imeshafanya uamuzi chini ya uongozi wa serikali. Atafanya nini? Si amekufa. Wameona vyema waamue.
Yes, welcome back, and of course this is the political and here we decode power when they said Kenya. Now Albert Ojwang's death has sparked fury across the nation, and this mystery has taken a shocking turn because the Gachagua is now coming up with cult claims, against the government. Actually, do you think the government is targeting, ex-influencers, Twitter people, youths, as a way of silencing them? Because the death of Ojwang has really, opened people's eyes. It's like there is a squad, meant to actually eliminate anyone who talks ill about the government. And what Albert Ojwang, when I went through his profile on Twitter, I realized he was a vocal, blogger or influencer, and I think he was a target for long. And when he was arrested in his father's homestead and actually transported to Nairobi Central Police Station, one asks himself so many questions. Why couldn't he have just been booked in Kitale, than being transported all the way to Nairobi? Because there must have been a hill motive behind it, and then mumshike, mumlete, tumnyamazishe. That's how I can put it. Because how does a grown-up, someone who I even heard from the audio, expressing fear over sleeping in a police cell, how did he just hit his head or knock his head against the wall? I mean, even a judge can't buy that statement. Okay, what happened? Did he go berserk? Alikuwa mandazima kapiga kichwa. Nini ilifanyika? That's the explanation I think Kenyans need to be given, because you can just buy it. How did this man, just kill himself? What was it? Was there a fight? Because Ojwang, of course, was arrested because he allegedly defamed, the DIG, Deputy Inspector General, Langat, and the policeman actually told his father that he are arresting your son because alitukana boss wetu. And they told the father, you need to follow us if you want to. And of course, as a father, he ordered a pikipiki follow his son. Kumbe, he was being told, follow us so that you can carry the corpse back to your homestead. I think when someone is wronged, I think the best way ni kumpeleka kwa court. If he can't defend himself in court, then let him be taken to the gallows. But I think just eliminating someone, if at all it happened, because for now we can't just say what, because it needs to be investigated and we need to determine what really happened. But even the IG himself is saying that the OCS in that police station, Central Police Station, should be interdicted, and all the policemen who are on duty, the DCIs who are involved, they should be investigated and the matter should be brought, to justice. But again, this guy is gone, whether to put a culprit or no, this guy is dead and he's not going to come back to life. That's the painful part of it. But now, of course, this matter has taken a political toll, and politicians now are chipping in. Gachagua is saying that it's actually accusing William Samoei Ruto of this murder. Na anamwambia, wewe, you are killing Gen Zs, and Gen Zs will take you home. So the question is there a hit squad that actually the job is to just eliminate anyone who talks bad about the government? Because these allegations has been there that there's a hit squad, from Uganda, Congo, and they converge in Karen. That's where they get the training and whatever and the instructions. Then they commit the offenses. That has been there, and it has been said even by Raila himself. Yeah, Gachagua has been saying it, and these are the reasons why Gachagua was impeached, because the government thought that this guy is just mouthy. This guy will expose everything to Kenyans. No, we need to get rid of him early enough so that asijue more truth. But Gachagua has been exposing every day the cultism that is there in the government. Yeah, in fact, he even said that that's why he was impeached, is because he was calling out the government not to, of course, abduct and kill the young people. That's why he said that. That's why Ruto, naona wewe unafaa kiboko, akamfukuza. That's what is happening now. This death is not going to actually, you see, if the government actually did it, yeah, if there's a powerful figure who is behind this guy's death, I think this must have been a miscalculation, because it's just refreshing the wounds, the Gen Z's wounds, yeah, because the president said that he will not allow anyone to be murdered during his regime, But now what we are seeing is a different thing. We are seeing young men getting butchered, disappearing. And in fact, in this case, will just disappear. Yeah, it will hit this week, next week. After hapo, mepotea. Remember the case of Ongondowere? Owere, it hit for almost 3 weeks. Huh? Just the talk of the town, talk of the nation. Now, no one talks about it. And imagine Ongondowere was a member of parliament, a rich person, a powerful person. How about an ordinary Kenyan like Ojwang? A normal Kenyan like Ojwang? This will just go for 1 week, 2 weeks, hipote. And that's how the powerful people, understand. Wataongea, ikiisha, watasahau. It will be that way. But is it worth it? Because I think the police cell is the safest place for anyone to, of course, be. The safest place. But when someone's arrested, because it will reach a point whereby kishikwa, you just cry, knowing that indeed I'm going to be eliminated. Yeah, that's where we're headed. So police station is the best place for anyone to be safe. But in Kenya, it is the opposite, the reverse. And of course, it is sad that we are in such a state. Now, this death is actually a bad thing. And when you see the father crying, narrating how he actually worked for 20 years in a quarry, hard labor, just to take his son just to raise his son. And now that his son graduated as a degree, now he was expecting, now, since I'm old, let me relax, my son will take care of me. Of course, that's the dream of any parent. We work hard to take care of our kids, so that at our old age, because we don't have the energy to work anymore, our children will take care of us. But now, what we are seeing is that our kids are we are the ones to bury our kids. The painful part, that's the painful part. Yeah, in fact, I ever feel like crying narrating this story. I feel in pain, because why should it be this way? Yeah, because killing someone, by the dying is very easy. I tell you what, even when you prefer raisi, you can easily lose your life anytime. Beating someone, akufe mara moja hivyo, yeah, then you go your way. You don't know the damage you have caused in his family. The father crying, the mother crying. This guy had a wife, a 6 months old baby. The baby will be now an orphan. You see, these are the damages. But you see, some people don't care. They are trying to eliminate people. Anyway, Gachagua, no, this is going to taint those images, because he is the president. Yeah, he is the president. In fact, his opponents are now claiming that there's a cult in Karen doing the dirty job, eliminating actually, young people who are vocal, who talk the truth. Yeah, and you see, now this will be a campaigning tool for Gachagua against Ruto, and it will affect Ruto. In fact, I'm seeing a situation whereby even Raila Odinga will distance himself from William Samoei Ruto. No, I'm not going to condone this, that. You shafu hapana. I'm going my way. see the situation, because Raila's legacy has been that he is someone who fears the blood, blood flow. Because even in 2007, he accepted to want the handshake with, or the coalition government with Kibaki, because people are dying. And where there's death, Raila Ojitoa, kweli. And these things happening in our country will actually make the president left alone. Yeah. And it will be, right now it might seem, it might seem easy, but the coming months or next year, I think the government will feel the effect, because Gachagua will be reminding the Gen Zs how people died, whatever, police brutality, kila kitu, under Ruto's regime. And of course, this will affect it will affect Ruto's voting base. Kweli mambo. So kama mimi yeye nitasema tu sawa, I think it's not going to be easy for him. And he will be held accountable. Yeah? He will be held accountable. And actually, no leader, powerful leader, hata nao wenye wanaongea kina Ichung'wa hao wadogo, no powerful leader like Raila Odinga will like to be associated with William Samoei Ruto's government, because they feel that now this thing is getting hot, because the young people are the majority, and when they feel that their mates are being killed, of course they can't vote for that government. Kweli. Anyway, I just said that investigation is still underway. I think the best thing for Kenyans is to wait and see the results. But of course, what do you expect? Nothing much. Do you think they expect the police officer? Some people will be, of course, will be arrested just to to calm the hunger. Then to achiliwe. For example, on Godwin's case, we saw some arrests, then they were released. Remember the issue of Kware? There was even a serial killer who came up. At the wanawake 40. What happened? He was released. Alikimbia, he was just released. Kweli mambo. That's the truth. So anyway, tell me your comment. Do you believe that there's a cult, like Gachagua'S says, or there's an East Squad which will eliminate anyone who's opposing Ruto's government? Hit me on the subscribe or on the comment section. And of course, we'll meet here next time. Thank you.